pretty straightforward. So I sent the two like forms, the let us meet and then um the email contact information for pretty much one. Well, the email confirmations for this is for Trello. This will be where we're going to do our project development. So let's see who we have here so I can actually show y'all what I will do with this. So basically, this is just for us to assign tasks and then for y'all to finish them, and then we can keep track of the project better. Who's this?
I think I accidentally sent the wrong email.
I think I probably
Yeah.
did. Was that for you?
No, like the last one.
Yeah.
I think I sent the wrong email.
Was that you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can just remove it. But yeah, so we have Dylan. So like for basically this is where we're gonna keep track of everything. We have two different. I don't know if y'all can see it, but we have two different views, like a table view of how we're gonna see what tasks there is to do and where they are in our progress, and then the calendar view. I mean, this will be like where we assign due dates and stuff, which I'll probably go in and do that later tonight, so we can actually have more of a structured environment. But this is where most of it will take place, like how we're gonna assign stuff and whatnot. So like for I could probably do like edit card. I could change who this is assigned to, so I can assign it to him, and then he'll be the one to do this portion of the project. And we'll have cards for every section of plugins. So every different type of plugin will have their own card, and then for like web development, same thing. They will have their own card. But I can also do it where I can make a new board just for them, which I don't know if that'll be more efficient or not.
I would advise that because like I think for my experience using these types of things is like cards are like kind of small, like they're not huge tasks. So it's like something you can do in like an hour. So like plugin development, that's like too
vague.
Yeah, it's also like a huge thing.
Yeah.
So cards are good when you have like research this, found it, like like one unit of thing.
Okay.
That's what I think.
Then okay, I'll do that. Then I'll create a new board for one of each, and then the whole workspace would be for the whole team in general. So, but that's why I created these little tasks. So like the hero section of the website will be like the first thing you see on the landing page. You know what I mean? Like what the main thing is, and create a container plugin that's also semi-small. It's not quick, but it's not something that's overly like a huge task. Not like plugin development. That's a good point. But basically, this is where we're gonna be doing our all of our project management and stuff. I'm gonna be assigning tasks for everybody. And for those who haven't done the links I sent out, I would advise for them to do that as well. I'll probably just send out some messages later on for that. There's that. Actually, I'll just go into HISE and I'll show y'all what I mean by adding a new UI for these things. So I think everybody here has it downloaded too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we're all good on that. So whenever you open your project, where is it, presets? This one should be. Where did it go? This? Okay, this. This is very, very, very simple. But basically I have this knob right here. And this is a custom knob I made in Figma, and I'll show you that file right here. And I'll show y'all basically what it is. Once this loads, it's a pretty heavy app. But the reason why I'm showing y'all this is just so y'all can get a feel of how to add functionality. I mean, UI and your UX to your plugin. So basically, I created these couple things. So there's this background. I just called it knob because that's where, like, I don't know, I just called it that. But I made the dimensions static, so they're fixed right now. So 800 by 600. If we go into our plugin, I'm actually going to go into our component, our code editor, and we can see that it matches our height and width for the actual interface that we have. And the reason why I did that is because I added an image. So I right-clicked on the board. I would add an image, and then right here, wherever it says file name, you would open it, And when you export your image from like Figma or wherever you're using to make your UI, you export it, whatnot, and you find it wherever you find it in the file, your HISE project file. So I'm opening it in Finder. So the way your like project tree is set up is you have this file automatically, and it'll be empty whenever you initiate a HISE project. But it's called images, and that's where you add your PNG images for this. So you go in and you upload your files. So this one will be background, and then either you can do it in here in the component size, or you can manually make it bigger and whatnot. But this X and Y is fixed to this top left corner right here. So whenever I do like Y equals 0 for the position, it'll put it all the way to the left, and then when I put X is 0 all the way to the left, and Y is 0 will be all the way to the top. And I can change the width right here to whatever width you have for your image, and then your height will be the same thing. And then you would, from the root on this side in the component list, you would actually change the positioning to make it stacked on top of each other, so you can actually see what you're doing.
So the bottom one would be the one that's more out.
Yeah, so the one on the top list would be the one in the back of the page or the back of the interface.
Right.
So I already have that up. And then for the knob, so I'll show you here. I can actually like change this knob, and it rotates around and whatnot. You can make it however you want, but the basic format of how you're gonna actually import this into HISE is like this. So you have, there's another knob I was gonna do, but it just takes forever to do. So you have these, basically have one knob, and then you create a bunch of duplicates of this knob, and then you change how this like little circle goes around this arc right here. Because as you go up in the plugin value, you want the knob to correlate to that. But the basic thing is you have them all in one line uniformly, and you have all the spacing the same. And right here, what I did was I changed the width so it's like times 100 for all the amount of frames there are, because there's 19 of these knobs. I made all their heights the same, because whenever you go into HISE and you actually I'll show you. So I'm gonna click this knob. You see down here, it says FilmStrip image. This is where the image came from, but it says the number of strips. So the number of strips correlates to a number of images in this strip of images. So for me, my Figma file has 19 of these knobs that are slightly different. So I'll put 19 of them, right? And so what HISE is doing is it's taking the height and it's dividing it by 19. So by having it by like a nice clear-cut value like 1900, it's going to divide each one by 19, so each height will be 100 pixels. And that's what's going to be displayed in your HISE project. And now you can do it differently with like these type of knobs. And so this type of knob actually has like glow effects and shadows. So see down here. And I can send y'all, I'm gonna send y'all this file anyways so you can see it. But this one would be a little bit different, because if you stack them directly on top of each other, you're gonna lose this glow effect and they're gonna be stacked. So you would have to like find where like it immediately ends. So like right here where this one starts, this glow effect would end, and it would look better on your interface anyways. So basically you export this as one frame. You frame it all in one. You would export it, and when you re-export it, you import it into your HISE directory under the images tab, which would be under this tab right here. And then you would import that and add it to your knob style. So you add a knob, let's see, or a slider in this case, because that's what HISE calls it. You go down here. So the film strip image, you would open it, find where your film strip is at. The number of strips will correlate to how many frames you have. So this is 19. And then you can go down here, so for your height, you can do 100. So it'll show the full thing, and then your width, you can just snap it to place. And then for here, I'll show you. So I have two different effects down here, reverb and delay. So I'll link this into, let's say, delay, and I'll change it to the mix right here. And so this has a default value of 0 right here. And it's the range is -1 to 1. But so whenever I go here into my interface preview, I can actually go down here and change the value. And you can either click and drag, or you can use your like scroll wheel and actually go up and down. And if another cool thing I just found out is you can actually have it where the value is not displayed always, but you can have it displayed underneath your images, like this one. See how it's changed right there? And you can actually go and down. Let me see. It's show pop-up value below. And then you can change your show text box disabled. And that will actually change it so you can actually go in and only see the box either below or wherever you want it. And then you can go in and create your own like little Figma like ID tag for all of them as well. And you would just add an image and put it where you want. And but the whole reason for this is just for you can have your own UI for your own plugin. Yeah, man. And then I'll send y'all the files for these Figma files, and then other knobs, because other people make these knobs, a lot better than I do. But the only thing that's kind of bad with some of them is that it's just one knob, so you have to manually go in and do every single one. And there's another way you can do it. I don't know exactly how, but like Charles was saying, where you can actually go in and code up your own knob from the look and feel section of HISE, and where you basically map your values onto this like slider, and it'll look cleaner in a way, like because you can scale it up, scale it down, and it's not going to be rasterized like a PNG.
For
Yeah.
the like code aspect, there's like HISE like a built-in thing for like rotating or transforming an image.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Yeah, so
I was thinking about that because it might just look smoother. So like, especially like linear interpretation. So it's not just like, so like when you grab it, like if the user is like pulling it to this value, it like kind of whooshes to that value. I don't know if you know what I'm guys are talking like.
Yeah.
So like having like anytime you
Oh,
have
like
a
the
slider,
animation when you have like those little frames that just show movement.
it's more like an interpretation between like 0 and 1. You could just make it go 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, but you could also have like flow into it, like whoosh.
Yeah.
I think it's called like a quadratic interpretation or whatever. There's like a math function you can do to do that. And so like I know like if when you Premiere Pro like video editing, like anytime you slide in text, you have text come in like this, or you can go like whoosh, like whoosh, and it kind of slows
Or
down.
kind of like in CSS, we have like linear. There's like ease in, ease out.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
That's
okay.
what comes to my mind.
Yes, exactly.
okay, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure there is that. I just don't know exactly
Yeah.
what it is. I
And
know,
for sure, there's a way to do it somewhere. I'm sure they have the math in there somewhere.
yeah, no, they I'm sure they
Well, I mean, we don't have to do that, but it always looks cool. The UI has it.
Yeah, and there's also a different thing where you can do where you can create an animation and then do the same thing but with an animation. So you can have like a guy running, and then as you like move the knob, it'll run. You know what I mean? That's something else, because this is one guy, David Healy on YouTube. He has a bunch, and I mean like hundreds of videos on HISE and how to use it, and he has a bunch of GUI, or the graphical user interface, where he shows you how to do what you are saying. So I can show that up.
This is something where I'm thinking like it might be good to have like a dedicated like UI team rather than have everyone do the back end stuff also be doing the UI. I mean, I don't know what your plan was for this, but have like some people dedicated specifically to do UI. Oh, that's already thinking about it.
Yeah.
Who's doing it?
There's two women.
There's 2 girls on it right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
is there? Have you guys talked about shaders? Doing any shaders
for
for the UI?
no,
Okay, we probably should.
probably.
I'm gonna probably get on it like that's pretty because I think everyone has like
Yeah.
tests right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Do let me know. I have written not like a ton, but I have written shaders before. So let me know if you want help.
yeah. We don't.
I'm gonna get you my Git, but I've been kind of busy lately.
No, it's all good. You can do whenever. But yeah, so this is guy David Healy. But he has, I'm telling you, a bunch of videos.
With the
Ad blocks on everything. Wait, he shows you how to do literally everything.
In today's video, I'm
Like look and feel, like using images, the animation stuff I was. Yeah, he shows you how to do what you're saying, like the sliders, and it's a 30-minute video showing how to create your own slider UI, and there's so much other stuff on this. So this is another great resource to look at. Huh.
But to be clear, like if Ev and I are doing chorus, we don't need to touch that. So we don't touch that.
No, you don't have to, but I'm saying like the goal of having you have your own like mini project, I would say to also dabble into the UI just a little bit.
Okay, but
Yeah.
do you not think that that's fun? But like, wouldn't it look kind of weird if like they all have like very different? If there's like 4 plugins stacked on top of each other, they have like very different styles and they all look very different.
That's a good point. But for our juice, when we add the DSP, we're just gonna add the digital signal processing of your effect, and then the juice plugin for the containerization would have its own set UI based on what our UI team is having. So like, I don't know if you remember the Figma file I showed you.
So you're encouraging people to mess with UI just for the sake of learning it, but not it's not going to be used.
Yeah.
Okay.
But so like, our plugin right here, this is how we would want it in the end goal to look like, somewhat like this, right? And this would be, like for the effect plugin, you know, the whole rack. But for yourselves, I think, I mean, you have a good point right there, but
I don't want to like it's. I mean, hear what you're saying, and like, but I don't want to learn like the framework of using HISE to do visual stuff. If I'm specific, if I could spend more time doing the backend stuff, making it sound better. If that's all that my work is going to have, it's like just the backend stuff. Then I'm just going to work entirely on that. If someone else is doing it. If I'm clear about what's.
yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah. Like I said, like functionality overlooks though. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So definitely just instead of just using like, the main goal is instead of using these pre-made delay and pre-made chorus, when I would want y'all to make it yourselves using the script notes, right? And then if y'all have time, mess with the UI. That's not the primary thing. I'm just showing y'all like if y'all want to do this, this is how, and this is the resources to do it.
Cool.
You know what I mean? So good point. What else? I think that's somewhat about it. I mean, I've been making a little bit of been messing with the website, and I'll show you what I have so far. I'm just trying to make the header section right now. But I've been messing around with this for the nav bar and whatnot up top. But basically, this will be in the middle of the page right here, and then you have different things. So our pricing, we'll just have it linked, be like free. I mean, like, you know, mess with them, and then testimonials, and then contact. Right, that'll be the 4 pages, and then whenever you have a like smaller screen, it'll disappear, be more responsive. Yeah. But obviously for you know people on the phone, we're not going to have a download link for such a big file. But that's what I have right now, and then this is already up on the GitHub as well. All this is for the UI team, because the UI team is also our plugin team, because I mean not our plugin team, it's also our website. Yeah, that's what I meant. Because just focusing on the UI it doesn't take too long to do
I
that.
mean, you could have a team like 5 people just for the UI if you wanted to go crazy. I don't know if you've seen some VSTs that go crazy with the visuals.
Yeah, but
Not that we have to do that, but like,
no, but like the person we're taking inspiration from, Vital, is very simple, very clean. So that's why I'm saying it shouldn't take too long to make a clean like UI. But yeah, there's some that are insane with it,
yeah,
and I think that would be too much.
no, for sure.
Yeah, but that's why I'm coinciding them with website development, so that we can have them do something else and learn actual coding, so they can get something out of it. So we have 2 different portions of the team. One's back end with C++, and the others with front end frameworks, React and Tailwind. And that's the whole goal, is for the teams have their choice of what they would rather do. But yeah, that's what we had last semester was just 2 people working on the UI, and that's where we came up with the actual. This was our 2 girls just working on this. That's how they came up with it, which I think it came out pretty good. But obviously, we have a different stuff like the framework for the wireframe, which we'll expand on as well. That'll be another task for the UI team, because this is just something me and me and Josh cooked up like late one night. Which is wait, but yeah.
But that it's also just to be clear. So UI and website, right?
Yeah.
Have you not to harp because we don't technically have to do shaders,
Yeah.
but have you ever do you know much about shaders? Have you seen those?
No, I just did. I was in another project last semester. I just did front end. I was just on Figma.
Just to let you know, in case you don't know, shaders are their whole other language. They're not object oriented programming languages. They're functional, so you only get one function. It's all very weird. It's like a whole different thing. They're cool though. They let you do like cool visual effects, even something simple like ghosting, like like moving a knob and having kind of ghost behind, cool visual stuff like that. It's dynamic, can be done with shaders. Really anything can be done with shaders, but they are complicated and kind of hard to get your finger. They're very different from like high level JavaScript programming.
Is it what language primarily?
It's a lot of languages. The popular one is called it's just OpenGL. If you're
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the OpenGL shading language, I think it's just called OGPDL or something.
Okay. Because I know.
Reading HISE has a in the docs has a thing about the shaders, and they say most of it translates directly. OpenGL shader.
Okay. Because I know Juice uses. We can also use OpenGL as well,
Mhm.
which that's what I'm planning on doing. Because there's WebGL, which would be like it's a little bit different. Basically, instead of your plugin being all on the machine, it's just a view. It's actually called web view. It's actually just a view of a website.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't really want to do
that's-
that. It's a little different. I think it would be technically easier because you will have you can use literally like React and Tailwind. So instead of using a whole different, instead of using just like OpenGL with C++, you can use JavaScript and CSS. But
At
I
least
think-
OpenGL runs. Sorry,
I was gonna say, but I think it'll be a little bit there's more nuance to it, like getting that set up, the WebView thing.
Well, that may if the UI team doesn't want to do any shaders or whatever, they just want to use React and JavaScript, then WebView might be the better option.
True. Yeah, might be. But then you have what is it called? Well, if the user doesn't have like internet or something, they can't use it.
Yeah, that sucks. I hate that.
But yeah, I think just learning how to use what's it called, the C++ and will be okay. Like using OpenGL for our graphics on the Juice side. But yeah, this is just something that y'all can do if y'all want the FilmStrip images and whatnot. I think that's about it for today. Really, I don't really don't have much besides the Trello stuff and then the FilmStrip images, how to add your own UI and whatnot. So.